Now, they say time is of the essence. Time is something we can never get back. Now, there's a new movie out called Napoleon Bonaparte, and you're like, where's he going with this Napoleon Bonaparte movies? Well, Napoleon had a famous quote saying, space we can recover, time never. And that meant in battle, if we lose a little space, that's cool, but we never want to waste or lose time. And that's the same thing I look at it in life. This is Mr. Mental Muscle Pace. So obviously it's going to come back full circle to something mindset or psychology related. Now, the reason I want to bring this up is because over the last decade, if you don't know, I've been working with the best performers, whether it's athletes, military, law enforcement, corporations, you name it. I've helped get their minds right. I've created numerous programs, software, training tools. The list really goes on. But what I realized, I've been reminded through social media, funny enough, of what I've done and what I've accomplished. And I talk a lot about how to remind yourself of what you've done in the past. And today I had two reminders, ironically, that told me what I've done, where I've come from, and how I have so much further to go. Now, the first one is actually from my little brother who made a tweet. I'm going to read and put it up on the screen. It said, my brother, Mr. Mental Muscle, is a genius. Thanks. I appreciate that. He really is about to change the exercise industry. You just watch. That was December 6th today, 2017. So 6 years ago. Now, funny enough, my background was in psychology as well as exercise science. So at that point in time, Mind Body One did exist, but it was basically just a regular fitness workout with a little bit of brain training in between sets. So think of like you did some heavy squats, some sprints, and then you do like a Stroop task or a concentration grid to get your mind, focused while your heart rate comes down. And that was it. Now, it was still different, it was still unique, but it wasn't quite what it is today. But my vision, I knew it was going to be bigger than that. He knew it was going to be bigger than that. Some people believed in me, such as Dustin, Poirier, and BSO, and many other things believed in me. And here we are today. Now, that tweet just set the tone because I wanted to go further than that. I want to show that I could go beyond that. In 6 years, I've gone from doing a mental workout to literally doing workshops with heads of police departments. Can't make this up. And that's a testament to knowing where I came from, but also the cliche as it sounds, never give up. Now, there's more to just not giving up. It's also about knowing where you're going. Like I knew the structure. I knew I had to put in more time, effort. I went back to school, got more courses. We did more degree work. I worked for free. Numerous times I worked for free as an intern or doing classes where I had to pay to be in the class. My first and only research article that I got published in a journal, an academic journal, was me paying $500 to be a non-degree seeking student at Florida Atlantic University, where I would meet one of my mentors, Dr. Ryan Sherman. We made a study about personality and mental toughness, the first of its kind, mind you. That only happened. And I have people who say, well, I can only do stuff if it doesn't pay me right now or if I don't make money immediately. That's instant gratification. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't make money, but if the bigger goal or the bigger outcome is getting to where you need to be, you got to really think about that. What if I said, oh, paying $400 to $500 for a class, what's that going to do for me? Yeah, I learned some stuff. No, I saw it as an opportunity to work with people that are in my field doing what I want to do. And that's what you look at it as. Now, look, that same time frame, what I've done. Now, the other post that I saw on this date, it said, my motto is 100% this. I have skills of a teacher, educator, strength coach, psychologist, philanthropist, researcher, writer, but I can't find a job to utilize my talents. Guess it's time to make one. Now, that was in response to a post I shared that said, there's no way I was just born to die and pay bills. I still believe in that. I don't personally think I'm here for that. Other people can do that, and there's nothing against that. But I knew there was something more for me. Now, the context of this post is more than just the fact that I thought I was more than just working to pay bills. During that time frame, this was in 2014, December 6th. So this was almost 10 years ago. So 9 years ago on December 6th, I had recently lost my job as a teacher. I had just had a daughter in June of the same year, and this was a tough time. I hadn't really no money. I was working at Target, believe it or not, during this time, unloading trucks and stocking the toy aisle. Think about it. Christmas time coming up, right? It's December. That's a lot of work. If you don't know, I had boxes stacked to the ceiling. Maybe I'll find a picture. I think I have somewhere on my Instagram a picture of the boxes stacked almost to the ceiling that I had to load every aisle. It was about 15 aisles. So go figure. So I was using my muscle, not my mental. So this was what happening 9 years ago to this day. I was doing that. So when I made this post saying, oh, I have the skills of psychologist, a writer, a researcher, all the things I had done at that point were next level. But I wasn't getting compensated like such. I wasn't getting recognized as such. And if you look at it like that, I should have given up back then in 2014. Even before that, I can even go even further. My life's been crazy. But when I hear people, like I said, say, if I don't get this right now, oh, I need to make money for everything I do. Granted, yes, you get compensated. My theory on that is, you make maybe 40 to $50,000 a year with that mindset. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's the average salary in America. And you can definitely live sustainably if you're living within your means. But granted, you'll never get to that elite or great level when it means making six figures or even maybe $1 million business. You can only get to that way by doing a lot of high risk work that has short or low gratification, but it comes bigger on the back end. That's what I've been doing for over a decade. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money. I have no investors. I've had help along the way, don't get me wrong, but I had to make this happen. So hundreds of thousands of dollars over a decade, tens of thousands of hours, a lot of free labor. So when people hit me with that, oh, I need to make money, I need to make money, that's great. But guess what? I'll see you on the worker level. I'm going to be up there running the show. And that's just how it goes. Now, like I said, everyone wants to be boss nowadays. This is social media, right? Everyone presents this wannabe lifestyle. But if you're really trying to do it, you have to be able to put in that work and get the skill set, because I built a skill set that was worth millions of dollars in order to even talk about this. This seems crazy to me maybe 10, 15 years ago when I was a teenager, but now I'm 35. Being a millionaire is not just conversations no more. I'm about to make that happen. I don't know when, but it's coming. And this is not just wishful thinking. I'm putting the systems into place. I built up the skill sets. I made it so I created things where they need me. That's the problem I know is with a lot of younger people. They'll want to get paid a decent salary because they got a degree. That's cool. Everyone has a degree nowadays. That's new. The degree is a new high school diploma. The master's is a new degree. And the PhD, no one even cares anymore. But the point is, you have to give them a skill that they couldn't get anywhere else. And I've interviewed over 50 people in the last few months, looked over 200 applications from hiring people now. And I've realized many people, and it's not a shot to any of those people, they don't have what it takes on paper as well as in person. I've seen their resumes and many of them weren't even worth calling. The ones I called, I would say 90% of them did not impress me in person. But they hit me up, say, how much is going to pay? When can I start? That was the number one thing they wanted to know. I was like, what can you do for me? And some of them I was transparent. I was like, I need a skill set to give you what you're asking for. You want $30 an hour. What can you do that I can do myself? If you know me and know my page, I edit all my videos. I record them all. If you're not adding value that I don't already have, or at least equivocate to it, what are you really doing? Now, I sound like I'm rambling right now, but going back to that post, like I said, I was out of work as a teacher, making 40 plus thousand a year with a daughter, a newborn, 4-month-old child. And I had no income. Then I got a job at Target, barely making $10 an hour, working overnight, unloading boxes while still doing internships, still doing things that paid me little to nothing, but gave me the experience and made me what I am today, almost a decade. So if you follow me and see me on social media or see me on this page even, you see millions of views I do every year. All the people that follow me, all the people I work with, Dustin Poirier, the NFL, the UFC, the Navy Special Warfare Group, whoever it is, the contracts that I get, they only came because of what happened, what these posts represent, to show that you can't give up. I've been an underdog my whole life. To this day even, I've had numerous business meetings in the last few weeks trying to make partnerships with people I've worked with for years, put money in their pocket through my brand, through my creations, and none of them saw the value. I walked out their office thinking, you know what, Nick, you've done this much on your own. Keep pushing. Even me and my dad and brother had a conversation. He said, it's time to do your own thing. Can't play the backfield no more. I just don't belong. Shouts out to Currency. Maybe we'll get some tracks with him, my brother, in our new Sound Thoughts project. By the way, many things coming up this new year, 2024, for Mind Body One, as far as new gigs and contracts. I'm not going to say what yet. New apps on deck, new people on the team. So much in store, and I'm very excited and proud to say this. So you guys heard it first here. So look back on what you've done. If you're looking back on your timeline, because it's the beauty of being in 2023 and social media, it's king. No matter how you spin it, it is a part of our everyday life. So when those years come by and what's on your timeline, you look like, ooh, it's someone I dated, or ooh, I was saying some stupid stuff. Fair enough. But start making the memories when they come back around that contribute to what you're trying to do. Everything I was posting 5, 6, 7, 3, 2, 20 years ago, it's almost at a point where I can say that was still there. It showed where I'm going to be, where I'm going. Think about that. So social media, what you post, what you do, what you speak, what you say, all turns into where you're going to end up. And I hate to say it, what I see, a lot of you are going to end up nowhere at all. And that's okay. Because if that's where you're wanting to be, I have no problem. But if you want to be to the next level, if you want to accomplish the things you say you want to accomplish, if you want to be the best in your field, whether it's being a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, a bartender, a baseball player, or whatever it is, you got to be doing the things that give you little to no reward, but have high risk factor of failing, but have a big payout in the end. I'm going to leave you with that. So if you ain't on that, I don't know what to tell you, but get your mind right.